Yo, yo, yo. I feel like the camera is a little too close to me. Don't stand so don't stand so close to me. That's what I feel like you're doing. I do have it plugged in. Let's hope it's still charging. Okay. There. Okay, I feel like I'm like, you were just in too much of my personal space. I'm sorry, YouTube, but don't stand. Okay. There seems like a lot of darkness looming around, and I'm doing everything that I possibly can to keep myself in positive affirmation and positive energy. So bear with me here. I went live today. I went live because I didn't have enough time to upload a video before I went to work. But now that I'm done work, I've gone live again because I want to pick up the energy as it's happening. I do not want to upload it later. Sometimes it's just so much easier. Whoa, not that I take the easy way out, because I do not, but clearly channeling live is not the easiest job. Okay. Are you ready? All right. Well, we got a channel for the collective. Here we go. Friday night. Friday night. Okay. First card. Forbidden. You have been forbidden from something. And then this is the next one that came up, and it's hope. But hope in limbo. So you've been forbidden possibly to see hope. Literally. Like, just couldn't picture your life ever getting better. And then you take a risk. Okay, like jumping off the cliff, okay? No, there's a few people here. Jump off a cliff, and that changes everything. And we got obedience in reverse with cycle. No. Okay, so it's almost like I was getting this sense of like loyalty doesn't always pay out the way that you think. You know, like it sometimes, honestly, you can be so loyal to something and it fucking dick slaps you in the face. Like you are like, what the fuck? Like people, especially family, they can do things and it's just loyalty isn't what it's cracked up to be. And with obedience in reverse, it's almost like they're not saying to break the law, but I think they're saying fuck what the right thing to do is. Okay? Because somebody has a problem that's a complicated rage. Okay, so I wonder why I shuffle the cards so much, and I think maybe I should just change the deck, and I don't, and then this happens. And like this is weird because it's like somebody's walls are so high that like they do not focus on. They take their focus off themselves because they say they're so complicated. They want to break a cycle, or they want a cycle to be over okay, this could be like a scenario where you just are doing something out of spite, which is the obedience in reverse, like something like that. Like you could be sneaking shit or like doing shit, something like that. Shout out TJ. What the heck is your name? TU. Oh God, who's in my life? Okay, so it's almost like somebody doesn't want to. They're taking their focus off doing the right thing. Because maybe that's what it is. Okay, maybe that's what it is. Somebody who's so hell-bent on doing the right thing, but the right thing is not doing anything for you. It's like the loyalty is not going to get you anywhere. Doing the right thing is not going to get you anywhere. Like, for instance, I thought I had so much loyalty with this place and in the past, and I called in sick a couple of times. And it was like you would think I just held the place up at gunpoint. It's the way I was treated afterwards. Like all my loyalty, all the hours that I spent there, everything I gave them, all the times I came in when I didn't have to, it just suddenly, it didn't matter because I called in sick twice. All that loyalty dissipated. And then I was like, okay, well, why am I just going to be loyal to it because it's a small town, right? Like these people are breaking the law like anybody else. If they turn around, they end up shit talking me or they end up saying something about me or something, then I mean, so be it. It's almost like being the bigger person in a situation where it's like you just don't want to, you just want to bend the rules now. You just don't want to follow the rules anymore because the rules are stupid. The rules are forbidding you from seeing hope out of it, right? It's like they want to see you trapped in it. So that's why you jump off the cliff, because it's almost like you would rather jump off and see if you can fly than continue to live like some rigid fuck who's following all the laws, but everybody around him isn't. Right? It's like, clearly, I don't think you're going to break the law, but I mean, come on, 10 and 2, really? You don't have to follow every rule. I mean, follow the basic laws of humanity, and then the rest you kind of just fill in the blank, you know? Like, not every law, you don't have to be frigid about everything, maybe? I don't know, maybe something like that. It's something that you're forbidden from understanding because it's almost like the way that sometimes you think about things could make you enraged. So you try not to focus on it. Something like that. Because your walls are so high. So somebody's definitely been like trapped in a box or trapped in some way. It's just, like you're camouflaged in it somehow. You know that nobody can see you, but there's no actual conspiracy. Like there's no actual fact of like you physically being in a box, but it feels like you're in this very tiny world and you're all isolated by yourself because of it. It's almost kind of like a fuck it move, you know? Like, fuck it. You gotta die anyways. Might as well die trying. You know what I was thinking? I was like, people who are single and are just living their life, they're just in their mode, you know, a la mode, single life, and, you know, they're independent, they got control of everything. We're like the ones that will throw ourselves in front of a bus to save a baby because we don't have anybody to go home to. You know, we don't have any kids. Speaking for myself, I don't have any kids or anything. Okay. I mean, I have a sister, and I'm a mother to some snakes. Oh, right. Just like this right here. But I'm not like a mom, I'm not hitched to anything. So I'm like, we're the kind of people that have those jobs too sometimes where you're a paramedic or something and you risk your life. You always risk your life for something. And then when you get with a partner, suddenly you stop risking your life because now you're with somebody. So why would you want to risk your life? Now you've got somebody to come home to, or like now you've got, I just think it's funny that you only really are willing to risk your life, unless it's for your kid, right? When you don't have any attachments. Look at this. So now I'm getting, I don't know why this just came in, the Menendez brothers. I wanted to say it before. Oh yeah, because I think I was talking about myself, because like, I hate my parents so much for what they did to me and how they continuously ignore my existence and don't try to help in any way. They just constantly call me the narcissistic one. And I was like, I know how those brothers feel to buy a gun and want to do that, to plan to do that, because I know that my father wanted to wipe me out quite a few times, and so did my mother. So it's almost like kind of like what goes around comes around. You're like, you want me to die so much that they end up dying, gossiping, gradual decline of bullshit. That same job I was actually just talking to you about, those people, all they did is gossip. That's all they do. They gossip about everybody. And it's like, you wouldn't even realize what they were talking about. It's like you ask about somebody, or I just say, those people were really nice. And suddenly my boss is just like, well, that's the woman who blah, 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 blah. She's like, all of a sudden just like tells me this whole story about them. And I'm like, that, like, for instance too, like I had to call in my Crohn's disease was like kind of acting up. And then Natalie today at work was like, oh, so you have Crohn's disease? And I'm like, how did you hear that? Like, why did my manager tell you that? Like, I didn't tell my manager for her to go around and fucking tell everybody that I've got a disease. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why the fuck? I'm like, who told you that? She's like, well, I asked Michelle. I'm like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you ask or who works here. Like, why are you asking about people? Like, why don't you just wait? Ask me, hey, why'd you call in sick? Hey, why didn't you come to work? I would have told you. I don't need a bunch of people knowing my shit, my personal life, And it's just like, this is staring at me. It's witch in reverse. When this card is in reverse, you're dealing with a monster. Okay. So clearly somebody who was forbidden from seeing hope out of something, like the Menendez brothers. Oh my God. That's why they said it, because his way out was college. He was supposed to go to college, and then all of a sudden his dad stopped him and he didn't have his way out. He trapped him. And when people do that, like, someone's obviously trapped with a monster. They're trapped with somebody. Okay. And they want to break the cycle. They don't want to live with it anymore. They don't want to be under the roof of that person anymore. Okay. Natural instincts in reverse with the oldies but goodies. I don't know what happened in the past, but whoever this monsters that you live with, they continually replay the past in their head. And maybe that's why you want to get away from them, because you're maybe picking up what this person is saying in their mind to themselves. Ew, God. Okay. So we've got Special Agent Dana Scully with murder. And you know what Dana does? She's FBI. She solves murder. So it's almost like there's third-party interference too, and then there's sex. And so many of these relationships, these sick and twisted relationships, like, for instance, again, Menendez brothers, when the son, one of the sons, I think it was Lyle, went to his mother, told his mother what his father's been doing to him. She goes, what do you think? I'm stupid? I know everything that happens under this roof. So not every mother is a doting mother who cares about their child and about their child's and their husband's sex life. what they do with their children, right? Because that mother is safe. She's got money. No one's going to hurt her. She's got her security. So she throws her kids out to sea as the bait. Okay. Oh my God. Look what was sticking out. Okay. Hearth and home. And then look what was underneath it. There's Fox. Dana and Fox come out every single time I do a reading now, if one of them comes out. And then look at that. Soap opera queen. So it's almost like somebody's been covering up a really bad secret of you seeing the hope of a future. They call you complicated. They say that you're complicated, and that's why you get so enraged with something. And your walls are so high. It's kind of starting to make sense, right? And it makes you lose focus. Like this rage comes over you and you lose focus of everything around, because obviously when you see this person, when this person is around you, it's like it comes up every time. You regurgitate it every time it comes up, right? And it's unexplained because it's hidden in you. This disease is hidden in you from so long of dealing with whoever this narcissist was that hurt you. I don't know who was so sick and twisted around you, but somebody was, and they did things to you. And while you were in a room by yourself, maybe your room was like a box, right? And it's kind of like you only have conspiracy. The thing is if something happened to you when you were younger, it's really hard to remember it, okay? Because for one, you force yourself to forget it. And for a second, a lot of us keep our eyes closed. We don't know what's happening to us because we've never gone through it before. So we make things up in our heads about what's going on. So sometimes it's really hard to like get the picture out or to get it out. But I will tell you, if somebody did something to you, if some monster did something, some sick and diseased, twisted, sick fuck did something to you, okay, you may not remember it all, but you will have a track record of things that you did in your life that resulted from that infraction, from that crime, right? So it's you abuse yourself, you hurt yourself, substance abuse, dark thoughts, empty thoughts, suicidal thoughts, rage, acting out, can't deal with your emotions. You see something, you don't know how to handle it. There are a lot of like triggers. There's a lot of warnings that your body tells you, because like normal people just don't get mad over like little things and over stupid things. And other people see it as that, but you see it as something huge. That's a form of trauma, right? We all go through trauma differently. And the thing is that the universe is really trying to get you out of this, right? They're trying to guide you out the door. Okay. So then you stop getting so heated. Somebody gets overly heated, like so hot, in fact, that they could probably almost pass out. And that's because of this person that lurks in the shadows of their nightmares, which is something that sits in you a lot like cancer. You can't see it, you don't know it's there, and yet there are things that you consume that feed it, thus killing you slowly, right? So there are things in us that eat at us and that we feed that kill us very slowly, right? Like memories. So the world is really saying, have mercy on yourself, okay? Have mercy in times when you're trying to figure out why you have a certain reaction towards somebody, or why you felt something like I remember a lot of what my stepfather did, but I remember more about how intimidated I was around him, how much he scared me all the time, how much I didn't want to be alone with him. There were just signs. There were just reasons all the time. Like now I'm getting anxiety. I would get anxiety around him if I was home alone with him, stuff like that. And it took me putting those pieces of the puzzle together as I was putting the mystery together about why I was the way that I was and am the way that I am. And knowing, like, as I always said, if something happened to me, I would remember. If something happened to me, I'd remember. And that's so cold to say to yourself. It's so unmerciful to say to yourself, because as a child, your reaction is everything, and how you are imprinted on is everything. And if you chose to block it out, then telling yourself that you would always remember is like torturing yourself, because you won't. Like it comes to your body, you're tortured through your body, but in your mind you forget about it. It's not that you forget about it, you don't stare at it anymore, but you're fucked from day one. I don't know how else to describe it. It's one of those things, like, you don't know. It's this giant elephant in the room that's staring at you, but you just do everything around it, and you just refuse to look at it because you think that everybody's like that when they're not. Right? But unless you talk about it, unless you get it out, do you realize that no, most people are not like that, because they did not grow up with a sick and twisted fuck under their roof. Right? So the world is kind of like, I think it's time to cut this out. I think it's time to cut this person out. I think it's time to cut this disease out, because what this person is doing, they're intimidating you so much that eventually you will go into cardiac arrest. Eventually you will shut down because of that connection with that person and you being around them and not knowing how to deal with it. Right? That if you have heart problems already, I wouldn't be surprised, because what that does is it's kind of like, PTSD is one of those things that you might not even know you have it, because we don't get taught these things. It's not like, you just learn about it on the Discovery Channel. Like you learn about animals. It's you don't learn about mental health. It's like we don't talk about it because nobody wants to be able, they don't want you to be able to use that as an excuse to get out of work and, fucking take a break for a minute, right? Nobody wants you to take a break. Every time I tried to like mentally take a break or even physically take a break, like my stepmother would get angry at me and tell me that I had to go to work, that there is no break, that she didn't get a break, I don't get a break. And like, I was like, just went by that. Okay, well, if it doesn't happen to my stepmother, it doesn't happen to me. And then I just don't understand. She never listened to me, she's just always, well, if this is how I feel, then you can't have a feeling that's different from it. It has to be this way. And I would tell something, I would say something, I'd say I have a feeling about something. She would say, no, I can't have a feeling like that. I'm supposed to feel like this. I would. She always told me how to feel. I didn't understand how narcissistic and how toxic that really is to do to somebody. You're not supposed to tell them how to feel or how to act or how to dress or how to support themselves, or, like really it's one of those things that, if anything, parents have just gotten lazy. They just didn't want to parent. So they just tortured you the whole time. Right? Thus leaving you in a box, which suddenly, obviously, somebody is in. I don't know why or how, but you are. Okay. So let's get away from that energy. The messages have been deep recently. So this was a heavy full fucking moon. All right, let's see. Okay, one more reading, and then I'm going to go hang out on my Thursday night. Thursday night. It is Friday night. There we go. Oh. Okay, containment, grounding, wand, passion, security, incubation, water, prosperity. Okay, y'all are supposed to give me like 1 or 2 cards, not this many cards. Okay, so I feel like An intention was made. That's the same as this morning. There is definitely a manifestation that is coming through. Okay. And now this is kind of like almost something like that, where there was an intention made that's being grounded right now that I almost feel like wants to be put into the cauldron. Maybe you need to make a spell. Woo-wee. Okay. A prosperity spell. Ooh, perfect. Okay, so sometimes I talk about spells on this channel, sometimes I don't. So lucky for anybody who watches this, you are going to get a crash course on how to do a prosperity spell. So basically what we're being told right now is there's obviously something in the air and somebody needs to find a job. They need to ground this because you're going somewhere else, right? Because you made an intention, right? And obviously, this is something that the universe is like, okay, this is going to be a pretty fired up. This is going to be pretty fired up, like, which is so weird that you would do a prosperity spell with the winding down moon. Why? So I almost feel like somebody's been magically manipulated because you wouldn't do an intention spell in a winding down moon because you would do it in like a waxing moon while the moon's growing because you want to grow your money. Not when it's winding down, losing its energy and its power. But what I feel like is something's obviously been held back from you, which is this witch's cottage, the security card, which was in reverse. Something that you tried to keep hidden, okay, was almost stolen from you, or somebody's tried to, you could have a passion and somebody's trying to take it. Because they don't want you to they don't want you to have the magic. They don't want you to have passion. They want to take it. They want that magic for themselves. So you're in like a tug of war, okay, with possibly your next job. Because this next job is something that you've been manifesting, and they know that it's not your regular 9-to-5 job. They know that it's not going to pay you like that. They know that you're not going to have to go to work. There's something special about this job. Okay. So in order to incubate it, in order to get it to come to the right witch, right, to get this energy to come to the right witch, they want you to put it in your cauldron so then it stays contained. Okay. So basically, okay, so what are we doing then? Okay. Okay, so I just got a little rundown on what you got to do. Okay, so they said use your cauldron. Okay, actually no, use a clear glass. Okay, put regular water in it and put it on the windowsill for 3 days. Put it where you know it will see the sun and the moon. Okay, even if the sun and the moon are not active because the clouds are covering it. The water will still get a charge. Okay. Take the water, put it in the cauldron. It really doesn't even have to be that much. Take the water, put it in a cauldron. Mix in prosperity herbs, which would be green herbs. You can use like peppermint. You can use thyme. You can use oregano. Anything green. Okay. Put green in the cauldron with a coin. If you have a penny, awesome. Use it. If you don't, honestly, I would use a loonie then. I wouldn't use silver. Use gold or copper. Silver is just so random, okay? But copper and gold work, okay? Put that in your cauldron. Leave it on your altar for a week. As you're mixing everything, I would put salt around it to protect it. As you're mixing everything, definitely say something and chant something about the money that's been taken away from you needs to work its way back to you. And if that means a new job, new career advancement, a change in your life in order to receive this money, so shall it be. It's kind of something like that. You have to become partners with this money in order for it to come back to you. It's almost like you have to appear as the good guy, right? So if somebody has manifested your gold away from you, the only way to get it back is to open up the door and allow the gold to come back on its own, right? It's very tricky, obviously. So that's why we're using the winding down moon, because it's almost like the less energy the moon has, the more the universe can do what it needs to do. Maybe it doesn't want anybody to see what you're doing, and it will use what little energy it has, so that it's almost like working in the dark. Like maybe I keep looking at the moon on my window and I'm thinking like, maybe they want you to work in the dark, right? It's so many people and spirits, when they watch you do something, they get the wrong impression because of the schizophrenia they have, the person on their shoulder that they're talking to. Okay. They get a whole different opinion of what it is that they think you're doing. And clearly, a lot of people are envious of you. They're jealous of you. They watch what you're doing. They try to manifest how you manifest. And because they can't manifest on their own, they try to steal what you're manifesting. They try to take what you're doing, which is your typical narcissist, right? Why do it themselves when they can just steal it from you? Why, you do all the hard work, they get the payoff. Typical narcissist. That's why the universe is like, you need to call this into you, so then it doesn't go to this person anymore. This, you know what I'm seeing is I'm not even seeing the fact that it's water. Yes, you have to use water to do this. That's what it wants you to do. But I'm also seeing somebody as thinking that they can use their looks, right? Women, they believe that they can use their looks in some way to manifest something. And that's cheap magic. That's cheap magic. Okay. That's not good magic. That's not new job worthy magic. Putting art into magic and allowing the world to see really what you're doing and how sacred it is and how much you take it seriously, right? Then the universe pushes it towards you. The more somebody tries to use sex and their body to get what they want, the more the universe takes that away and gives that energy to you, because it's fake energy. It's false energy, trying to use your energy. That's why I'm like, I don't know if you're extremely good looking, but somebody's siphoning your energy. I just looked at Capricorn. They're siphoning energy from you from a demonic source, so then they appear better looking. Okay. So not only I think your job is making you look bad. Okay. It almost seems like, or your job is going to make you look ugly, or your job is going to do something to you because this person believes that they need to do the job because they're prettier, or they're trying to do some type of love spell. They're trying to manifest, or they want to use their looks to get the position. And you're the one that has the intention. You're the one that has the cauldron. You're the one with the prosperity, not them. They're the ones that just know how to steal. That's it. I'm trying to see. If we can get kind of an idea of who this person is. Okay. Someone's trying to take something from the collective. So the collective needs to do a spell in order to make sure it stays manifesting in their life, because this whore wants to take it. Tell me about the whore. Please and thank you. Oh, God, the universe is just funny. Honestly, why is the universe so funny? This was the very first card that came down. I mean, when you look at it, what does it really look like? If you look at it fast, does it look like a dildo? Yeah, it totally does. Okay, so they're just like fucking themselves, okay? Honestly. Oh, look at that. O-M motherfucking G. This is a little X-rated because she's got her titties there. Okay, I want to cover the titties. And she's got her legs. It's hard to see. She's got her legs spread, and that's her thing. That's her canal, her birth canal right there. Okay. She's got like a carpet over it or something. Okay. And she's got a guy and a girl there. The girl is reaching up in between her legs, and so is the guy. Oh, that's the Lover's card, Lilith. Oh, you skanky bitch. You skanky, skanky bitch. Like I told you, I can't make this up. Okay, I can't make this up. This is the skanky bitch. She could be, oh my gosh, look at that. Okay, so we got card number 77 with card number 14, which 7 plus 7 is 14. So look at how sneaky they're trying to be. They are trying to be some type of thief in the night or something. Okay, that's why I think the world is like, you really have to do this in the dark, right? Because like I almost think if you did it around, because now it gets dark so quick that if you did this around like 8:00, this person's still going to be awake, which means they won't see you do your magic. Like, I don't know if you're used to doing it when this person's awake and you're not even thinking about it, because why would you? Who would you possibly think would be stealing your witchcraft? That seems like what this is. You set an intention, which is the Ace of Wands, the one that came out. Okay. Oh my God, look it. They're on top of each other. These cards have been doing this. There's the wand. There's the wand. Ace of Wands, Ace of Wands. Okay. You're the one with the intention. You're the one with the wand. You're the one with the power. Okay. They're the ones that are watching your cottage. They're watching you. They're watching you. Like a little bandita or bandito at the window. Okay, they want to try to rob you. They want to get into your home. They want to get in there to see what it is that you're doing. Okay, so that's why we've got this incubation. Like, this is something that you have to do on the DL. Okay, you got to do it on the down low. You got to do it. Hopefully they don't watch this video. And start. The thing is that if I'm getting, I want to see if the moon comes out. If I'm kind of getting right now, intentions through the universe, I would imagine the universe is going to keep this safe, because somebody has to say it. Somebody has to blab it, right? The World. This was on the bottom of the deck. There's the World. So this is coming to an end, okay? Like, the universe wants to see this end once and for all. Oh, yeah, that's a 3 of Cups. So somebody is being a third-party interference, okay? They are. It's like you, the moon, and this person. And this person has nothing to do with what you're doing, okay? They shouldn't even be there. They're in a place where they're not even supposed to be. Okay, but they know the combination, they know the lock or something. Okay, they know where you live, so they know what you're doing. Okay, so that's why it's kind of like, switch it up. It's time for change. Okay, the world is coming in for change, and they're taking this third party out that's watching you, and maybe that's what the world is going to do. She'll be your eyes for you, because the moon can't see it. And the moon doesn't want to. Maybe they know how to use the moon as well. So the moon is like, listen. Oh, look at that. Huge, good picture of the moon, too. The Knight of Wands. Look at the moon in the background there. Right? It's almost like, I kind of feel like this is a download that did come through with the full moon. That somebody has or needs to set this intention so then something new comes through for them, that somebody has struck them from. Just some wandering ass person that happened to find out about you, and now they just can't stop stealing what you're manifesting over and over and over again. This person is doing something, and it's starting to trigger the universe. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, this lady. It's like every time you manifest a pentacle, she tries to get it away from you. She tries to steal it. So that's in a way of like spending money, frivolously spending money, doing things that you're not supposed to be spending on, right? Going a little too far. That's how she's manifesting the money through your life. And it's coming into her. And that's pretty fucking disgusting. So they're like, in order to get away from it, okay, King of Pentacles, in order to get into it, okay, put your feet down, get comfortable, set the intention and do the spell again. Just to keep it fresh, just to make sure that whoever is ignorantly trying to cast in on your work can't take it. They can't manifest it. Not unless you give it up. And if you're ready to give something up, then do it. You'll get something in return. If you're not ready to give something up, you would like to give it up when you're ready, not when they're trying to tell you that you're ready, which is along the same lines as the first reading, which is some narcissistic piece of shit telling you have to do something when you don't, right? Take your time, do this manifestation, and watch the universe do whatever it's got to do for you. Whatever has to come through the ground, whatever this money is, whatever this intention was set, right, to take your money because they just wanted what you were manifesting, is now breaking. Or the universe wouldn't tell me about it. So, yeah, King of Pentacles on the bottom, 6 of Cups, 9 of Cups. Oof, nice, 9 of Cups. Honestly, quite a bit coming in. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Okay, if this doesn't feel like something you would do, then don't. If none of this reading resonates with you, then don't worry. Maybe I'm not the right reader for you. Maybe the message is just not for you today. I don't really know. But I know that when it comes in, and it comes in for a reason. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And always remember, it's for entertainment purposes only. That's why I do it. This is not serious shit. If it adds up, it does. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. Wait for another one. Okay. And for personal readings, whitneymoonshine@gmail.com. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking the channel. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel. And I hope you all receive your blessings. I hope you all receive, your karma, what you truly deserve. And I hope these people who are blocking you and these people who are raining on your life, I hope they get a snap into reality, and I hope you get away from it. So anyways, have a wonderful weekend. Peace out, and take care, everybody.